We're doing a headstand practice. Place your palms together and interlace your fingers. Tuck your pinky finger one behind the other, and then place your hands at the back top of your head. Press through your elbows and your forearms to lift your arms up towards the ceiling so that they're higher up actually than your head. Exhale and depress your shoulders. Draw your shoulder blades back. Inhale, press them up like you're shrugging your shoulders up towards the ceilings, and then exhale to press them away from your ears. Keep the ribs down and the abdomen pulling back, and inhale, lift them up. Exhale, lower them down. Inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Draw your abdomen back. Let your head hang when you arrive. Inhale, halfway lift, Urdhva Uttanasana. Press the palms into the shins, draw the shoulder blades again away from the ears, reaching the crown of the head forward. This is a similar extension to the entire spine that you want to get in headstand. Exhale, plant the fingertips down, send the right leg back to a low lunge. Keep the right heel lifted. Inhale, sweep the arms out in front of you, elbows by your ears, and then rotate the torso up to stand, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, draw the elbows down. Exhale, bring the right elbow outside of the left knee. Revolved low lunge. Press the left hand into the right and reach the outer right rib back towards the outer left hip as you exhale and twist a little bit deeper. On your next inhale, come back to center, lift the torso up, and exhale, step forward. Forward fold, interlace the fingers behind the back, let the head fall, and reach the fists for the crown of the head. Inhale, fill up, let the belly get big, and exhale, contract it back. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, contract. Let the head be heavy. Let the neck vertebrae be loose and hang, creating space between them. On your next inhale, reach your arms out in front of you, sink the hips back over the heels, and rise up through chair pose, Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing hands. Exhale, hands to heart, and come back into chair. Inhale, draw the elbows down by the ribs, and exhale, right elbow outside of left knee again. Inhale, press the left hand into the right and twist a little bit deeper. Right rib to outer left hip. Inhale, back up to center, hands in prayer in chair. Exhale, left elbow outside of the right knee. Press the right hand into the left. Draw your left rib back towards your outer right hip. As you exhale, contracting and twisting back. On your inhale, come back to center. Extend your arms up, chair pose. Exhale here and sink a little bit deeper. Squeeze those glutes, squeeze the heels together, and inhale, rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands together, interlace the fingers, pinkies nested behind one another, and place the hands at the top back of the head. Inhale, reach the forearms and the elbows up above the head. Tuck the chin back in Jalandhara Bandha. Exhale, let them fall down and relax. Inhale, reach the forearms and the elbows up. Draw the abdomen back and the ribs down. Exhale, relax. Inhale one more time. Reach the forearms, the elbows up above the top of the head towards the ceiling as you pull the ribs and the abdomen back. And then exhale, release. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Draw your abdomen back as you shift your torso forward and bend your knees. Let the crown of your head fall towards the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine, palms to shins. Exhale, place the fingertips down and step the left leg back. If you have a cat, don't squash it. Inhale here, reach the arms out, elbows by the ears, and then rotate the torso all the way up to stand, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart. Keep that back heel lifted, super high, engage the quad. Inhale here, draw the elbows down towards the hips, towards the ribs. Exhale, the left elbow outside of the right knee. Inhale, press the right hand into the left. Left ribs reaching back for the outer right hip. Inhale, lengthen the spine, draw the shoulder blades back and down. Exhale, twist a little deeper, maybe gaze over your right elbow. Your next inhale, lift back up to center, reach the arms up, and exhale, step the left foot forward, forward fold, interlace the fingers the opposite way behind the back. Let the chest fall. Inhale, let the belly fill up and press into the thighs, and exhale, contract it back. Inhale, belly fills up, ribs fill up, fists reach for the top of the head. Exhale, sink down. Hi, Sarah. Inhale, undo the interlacing of the fingers, reach the arms out in front of you through chair pose to rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Again, bring the palms together, interlace the fingers and tuck one pinky behind the other, hands behind the head. Press through the forearms and elbows, lift up towards the ceiling. Exhale, let them relax. Inhale, press them up, tuck the chin back, Jalandhara Bandha, ribs down, abdomen back. Exhale, relax. Inhale, last one. Reach up through the forearms, through the elbows, through even the pinky edges and the outer edges of your palms. Exhale, relax. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Send the hips and abdomen back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms down, step both legs back to high plank. Keep your spine nice and long. And then exhale, lower your right forearm, lower your left forearm, coming into dolphin pose. Keep your elbows close to one another and send your hips back so your legs are in downward facing dog. Your arms are in forearm plank. Walk your toes towards your elbows as much as you can by lifting your hips up. Lift your core. On your inhale, first lift your right elbow, then your left. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Press into your palms, bend your knees as much as you need to get your tail really high in the air. And then straighten the left leg as much as you can. Inhale the right leg high, straight back behind you. Lower the right hip down so the hips stay square. Engage the right glute muscle, engage the quad, engage the calf. Flex, point, or floint the foot, whichever makes the leg more active. Exhale, step the right foot through between the palms, low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms out and up and rise to crescent. And then exhale, step the left foot forward, forward fold. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, rise up through chair. Exhale, palms together, hands behind the back. Just one time this time. Inhale, reach the forearms up, and exhale, depress the shoulders down. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Find length in the spine. Exhale, plant the palms. This time step the left leg back first, then the right, high plank. Inhale here and find length in your spine. Press through your palms, lift your hips. Exhale, lower your left elbow down. Lower your right. Send your hips back and press your forearms, your palms and your elbows away from your hips. Walk or tiptoe your toes forward towards your elbows. Dolphin pose, or forearm stand, or half forearm stand. This is just the prep work for it. Inhale, lift your left elbow, lift your right elbow. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Rotate the elbow creases forward to create some space between your shoulders and your ears. Straighten your right leg as much as you can and inhale the left leg high. Draw the outer left hip down towards the mat to square off the hips and engage the entire left leg to keep it lifted. Engage the glute, engage the quad, engage the calf. Flex, point, or floint the foot, whichever brings the most engagement in that leg for you. Inhale deeply here. And on your next exhale, step the left foot forward between the palms, low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms out in front of you and rise up to crescent. Breathe. And then exhale, step the right foot forward, next to the left. Interlace the fingers the opposite way behind the back. Let the crown of the head fall down. Inhale, fill up the belly and the ribs. Press them into the thighs. Exhale, draw it all back and down. Reach the fists for the top of the head. Next, inhale, undo the interlacing of the fingers. Reach the arms out in front of you and rise up by squeezing the glute muscles to come up to Sirsasana. Exhale again, you know what we're doing. Interlace the fingers, one pinky in front of the other, palms on the back of the head. Inhale, lift the forearms and elbows away, drawing the ribs down and the abdomen back, and exhale, relax. Inhale, lift. Use those intercostal muscles, those lat muscles, the trapezius muscles. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift, like you're pressing into the floor, and exhale, relax. And then inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Draw that abdomen way back. Let the head hang. Inhale, lengthen the spine, half lift. Exhale, plant the fingertips down and then hop the left leg back to come into pyramid pose. So your left foot is just as far back from the right, so the heel is still on the floor. So both heels are touching, both legs are straight. The crown of the head again is reaching for the floor. Feet are on railroad tracks, not a tightrope. So if they're right behind each other, it's really hard to balance. So give them a little space. Walk them out to the outside edges of the mat. Keep drawing your abdomen back and reaching your chest down for the floor. Use this time to take advantage of allowing your arms to be nice and light. Feel the energetics of release from being on your forearms, going through the planks. On your next inhale, take your back of your left hand on the outside of your right ankle or shin or knee or quad. The intention here is that your spine is long. So you do not have to be reaching all the way down for the floor. You don't have to touch it. You can also have a block here if you need a little bit of height. But it's really helpful to have your hand pressing into the outside edge of your shin, your knee, or your thigh, and then reach your right arm up. Revolved pyramid pose. Really activating those oblique muscles. Again, draw your left rib out towards the outer right hip. So you're really opening up, drawing the right shoulder back, trying to bring the left chest up towards the ceiling. Hold for 3 breaths. Inhale, fill up, belly, ribs, chest, crown of head is shooting forward. Spine is straight. Exhale, draw the abdomen back, ribs down. Inhale, fill up, belly, ribs, chest, heart. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lift the heart, and then lift the left heel also. Bend in the right leg and lift the left leg off of the floor any amount. Balance here. It doesn't matter where your leg, how high your leg is lifted, how much you're twisted. Stay and hug everything into the midline. Activate that whole left leg, engaging the glute, engaging the quad, engaging the calf. Doing whatever you want with the foot to keep it active. Yeah? And then reach that right arm back and around for the outer left hip. And take a big step back with your left leg. Sweep the left arm out in front of you and reach it up. Lift the left heel, exalted warrior. Reaching back and breathing. Feel how much easier it is to breathe now. We're not all contracted in that deep twist. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the right arm back up, high crescent. Exhale, plant the palms down. Send the right leg back to high plank. Exhale again, lower the right forearm and the left. Inhale here, exhale, hips back, dolphin pose. Inhale, come up on the right elbow, or come up on the left. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high, straight back behind you. Exhale, step it through between your palms, low lunge. Inhale, lift the arms out and up, high crescent. Then exhale, step the left foot forward, interlace the fingers behind the back, forward fold with a bind. Inhale, reach the arms out in front of you, rise up through chair pose, upward facing hands. Exhale, palms together, interlace the fingers, place the hands behind the back. Just one this time. Inhale and press through the forearms. Exhale, relax. Inhale, reach the fingertips up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hop the right leg back this time to pyramid pose. So again, feet are at least hips width distance apart, and the right leg is back far enough so that both heels are on the floor and both legs are straight. Pyramid pose. Draw your abdomen back and let your head hang. So you're really holding yourself up, engaging your entire left hamstring. Your core is active and lifting for the ceiling. Your ribs are even pulling down so that your chest is reaching towards your knee or thigh. Breathe here. Feel all of that prana, all of that energy, that life force coming through the crown of your head. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release, contract. Inhale, expand the belly, expand the ribs. Feel the breath coming all the way up through the heart, through the throat, past the third eye, into the crown. Inhale, lift the torso, and then take the right hand. The back side of it presses either into the ankle, or the shin, or the knee, or even the quad. Inhale, lift the left arm up. So if you're reaching all the way down for the floor, but your spine is rounding, lift your right arm higher. You actually don't need a block or anything. You're using your core to hold yourself up, and your torso is nice and long. Your spine is in a straight line. Press into your leg. Use that for some torque. Open your left arm up and gaze up towards the ceiling. It's a really big stretch in the outer left hip and the left hamstring as well. Stay here and breathe. Fill up your belly, fill up your ribs, fill up your chest, fill up the head. Keep breathing through the nose. I'm just breathing through the mouth to make the sound so that you know that you should be able to hear your breath. Your breath should be audible to you. From here, lift the right heel, bend the left knee, and then begin lifting the right leg off of the ground. Any amount, does not matter how high it is. Just make that right leg super active, right flex, point, floint, engage the glute, the quad, the calf. Press the right back of the hand into the left leg. You can bend the knee, it does not matter. Draw the right outer rib cage back towards the outer left hip. Keep your balance, saman. Keep breathing, full Agni-Raj breaths. Fill up the whole length of the spine with breath on every inhale. On every exhale, maybe you lift the leg a little higher. Maybe you rotate a little bit further. On your next exhale, wrap your left hand around to the outer right hip. Take a big step back with the right leg. Reach the right arm up out in front of you and back. Exalted warrior. Breathe here. Feel the openness across the heart, the belly, the ease with which the breath flows now that we're not all twisted and bound up. Let the head fall back a little bit. Feel the slight restriction in the front of the throat. Let the head be heavy just for a moment. Let it release. On your next inhale, lift the left arm up, high crescent, and exhale, plant the palms. Send the left leg back to high plank. Exhale, lower the left elbow, lower the right elbow. Place the hips over the heels, dolphin pose. And again, inch the toes towards the elbows as much as possible. Inhale, lift the left elbow, lift the right elbow, send the hips back to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high, straight back behind you. Exhale, step it through between your palms, low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms out in front and rise up to crescent. And exhale, step the right foot forward, forward fold. Interlace the fingers the opposite way behind the back. Reach the fist forward to the crown of the head. Feel the breath filling up. Belly presses into thighs. Every inhale, every exhale. Contract. Sink a little bit further. Let the crown of the head get heavier. Inhale, undo the interlacing of your fingers. Reach the arms out in front of you and rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath. Inhale, reach the arms out to the sides and up. And exhale, swan dive forward. Lead with your heart. Inhale, halfway lift. Find length in the spine. Exhale, plant the palms and hop back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to high plank. And then exhale, lower the right elbow, lower the left elbow. Now interlace your fingers. Lower your knees down. Walk your elbows in so that they're underneath of your shoulders. And then interlace your fingers, nest your pinkies behind one another, and then tuck your chin towards your chest. And again, place the back of your head into kind of like your pointer finger and your thumb area of your palm. So it's not going to be all the way down towards the floor. This is where it's helpful to get a piece of paper and slide that underneath of your head. So while your head is hovering in your palms, you should be able to move this piece of paper underneath of your head. You might need a little partner for that. Press into your palms, your forearms, your elbows. So the back of the head is not going to really rest perfectly in the back of the palms, right? Your chin is tucked in towards your chest. Jalandhar Bandha is sealed off. Tuck your toes under. And inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale here, press into your forearms, press into your elbows. So really, the top of your head is not on the floor. It's really hard to even grab the back of your head with your hands. It's kind of like on the edge, pressing into your shoulders, into your forearms. Then walk your toes as close to your elbows as you can get. And hold here, breathe 3 breaths. We're not lifting the legs, we're not going anywhere, we're just holding. Breathe. Keep your head off of the floor. Keep your chin tucked. Pressing into the forearms and the elbows, hips lifting, lifting the heels. And then exhale, walk your feet back, lower your knees. Come into Balasana or Child's Pose. Reach your arms out in front of you. So lift your wrists, lift your elbows. Be up on your fingertips. Let the forehead rest on the floor. Feel that elongation in space underneath of your armpits, your triceps, the sides of your ribs. And then exhale. Bring the palms behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Reach the fists for the crown of the head. Breathe. Just relax. So everyone take a moment and press your palms into the floor and sit up on your knees. So just watch this round before you do. We're going to come into dolphin or forearm stand, prep, but we're not going to actually come up into headstand today. This is for everyone. Even if headstand is already in your practice, you're not coming up all the way with both legs. This is simply a practice of noticing and observing and breathing. So watch the ego, right? The ego wants to get into headstand. But that's the rational mind, right? You can think yourself out of that. So bring your forearms to the floor again. Interlace your fingers. Tuck one pinky underneath of the other so they're kind of nestled behind each other. Tuck your toes under. Tuck your chin and place the top back of your head into kind of like the space between the pointer finger and the thumb. Press into your elbows and your forearms, just like we did when we were standing, right? You're pressing the shoulders kind of up towards the ears, like you're shrugging, like, I don't know. Then lift the hips up so you're in headstand prep, and then begin walking your feet towards your elbows. Breathe here. Remember, your head is not touching the floor. There should be some space between the top of your head and the floor, and the back of your head is resting into your palms. Inhale, straighten your left leg as strongly as you can, and then lift your right leg straight back behind you. Just hold here, right leg lifting. Breathe. Engage that entire right leg, right? Flex or point the toe. Bring the hip down towards the floor. Keep them square. Lifting the left heel as much as you can, trying to get that right leg straight back in line with your shoulders, in line with your hips, in line with your head. Breathing. On your third exhale, lower the right leg down, lower the knees down, send the hips back, Balasana, child's pose. Walk the arms out in front of you. Come up onto your fingertips or tent your palms. Lift your wrists, lift your elbows, let your forehead relax. If it doesn't touch the floor, it's not a problem. Just let it hang. Breathe. Exhale and grab the back of your heels. Inhale, lift your forehead and your whole head off of the floor. Draw your chin back towards your chest in rabbit pose. Keep pulling on your heels and creating some space in between your shoulder blades. Those shoulders have been working really hard. This is a really nice counter pose. But again, the crown of the head is not touching the floor here. You're lifting up with your core and your abdomen to keep your back rounding. And then exhale, lower down, and lift your torso back up. So this round we're going to do the opposite leg. If you've just been watching, join in, right? Again, note, we are not coming up into full headstand. We are just lifting one leg at a time, holding for 3 breaths, ideally full Agni Raj breaths, belly to crown. And then we're lowering down, coming into Balasana, and then rabbit. So again, forearms on the ground, interlace the fingers, one pinky behind the other, kind of nestled in. Lift the hips, walk the elbows in so that they're underneath of the shoulders, and place the back of the head against that space between the pointer fingers and the thumbs. You can use like the thumb pads or the base to kind of squeeze the back of the head. Find a nice sturdy position where the top of the head is not touching the floor. Again, keep the chin tucked. Jalandhara Bandha. Tuck the toes under. And then on your inhale, lift your hips up. And then exhale, keep them lifted. On your next exhale, walk your toes towards your elbows. Keep pressing into your forearms, into the outside edge of your palms, drawing the shoulders away from the floor, lifting the head away from the floor. It's like you're shrugging the shoulders down, when really it's up, right? But it's down towards the floor. Straighten your right leg a lot, reach your right heel towards the floor, and then lift your left leg straight up behind you. Flex, point the foot, whatever engages that leg more. Keep the leg lifting higher, trying to reach it in line with the rest of the body, the torso. Breathe. Keep pressing into the forearms. Don't let your head touch on the ground. Protect your tiny little vertebrae. Draw your outer left hip down towards the floor, like you're doing a standing split, but on your head. And then exhale, lower your left leg down, lower both of the knees, sink the hips back over the heels, Balasana or child's pose. Walk the fingertips out in front of you, tent the palms or come up to the very tops of the finger pads. Lift the elbows, lift the wrists, let the forehead fall. Inhale, breathe. Fill up the belly so much that it presses into the thighs and expands out to the sides. Exhale, draw the abdomen back, pull the ribs in and down away from the thighs. Inhale, fill up. Let the belly get so big and expand out that the breath comes all the way to the top of the head. Exhale, draw the abdomen back, wrap the ribs in and down, let the forehead sink further towards the floor. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, sink. Bring the palms to the back of the heels, and again, coming into rabbit pose. The head is not resting on the floor. There's still some space there. So use your abdomen and your quads to lift your hips up. So you're really gripping the underside of your heels and lifting up your hips so that you're really pulling your arms down and your shoulders away from your spine. It should feel really nice between the shoulder blades in the same places you probably have been pushing away in headstand, in dolphin, in the prep poses. Breathe here, same full inhale breaths. The chin is tucked. The top of the head is not touching the floor, it's lifted. Really using your core, your glute muscles, squeezing everything into the center and getting some relief in the shoulders and the upper arms. Exhale, lower the forehead down, walk the hands out in front of you. Inhale, lift the hips up, tuck the toes under, and step the legs back to high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, bend the elbows and lower all the way down in one piece. Place the palms underneath of the head and turn the head to either side. Rest and feel the elongation of the spine. Feel the hip points, the quads, the shins, the tops of the toes. Notice all of the spaces in between the body and the floor. And notice all the points of connection. You can bring the forehead to the palms, you can bring the chin to the palms, you can turn the head to either side. It does not matter, yogi's choice. Now breathe in and feel the fullness in your belly. Really fill it up and let it press into the floor and feel that gentle extension of the low spine. With your exhale, see if you can pull your ribs up and back and your pubic bone down towards the floor. Inhale, let the belly fill up and get so big that the breath has to come into the back body. And then on your exhale again, wrap your ribs away from the floor, draw your pubic bone up towards your chin, like you're creating a little space in between the hip, the front of the thighs, and the ribs. Inhale and release it all. Fill up the belly really full. On your next inhale, walk your elbows underneath of your torso. Come into Sphinx pose. Spread your fingertips wide. Draw your shoulders back. Squeeze your glutes in a bit. Shine your chest by drawing your shoulders back and away from your ears. You did a headstand. Great job, everybody. Walk your right arm into the center of the mat. Bend your left knee, point your left toes, and then inhale, reach your left arm up and back and grab the inside edge of your foot or your ankle. Press away from the floor with your forearm. Give your chest some lift. Press into your palm with your foot to really expand across that front deltoid, the front of the chest and the shoulder on the left side. But keep drawing your pubic bone down towards the floor and keep your ribs pulling down as well. So you're still making that crunch or contraction connection so that you can still have extension in the low spine. Exhale and release, and walk the left forearm into the center of the mat. Bend the right knee, point the right toes up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach the right arm out in front of you and up and back, and reach the inside of the right toe or foot or ankle. Inhale and press the foot into the palm, opening up the chest. Feel all that space created in your right front deltoid, the front pectoral muscles on the right side. Keep the glutes engaged, keep the pubic bone drawing down towards the floor and maybe energetically up towards the chin. Keep your head nice and long, or your neck nice and long, and keep pressing into the left forearm. Breathe. Keep pressing the foot into the hand to increase the stretch in the front of the shoulder and the bicep. On your exhale, release the hand and come back to Sphinx pose. Place your hands underneath of your shoulders, lift your hips up and back to Balasana, and then cross your shins over one another and walk your hands back. Extend your legs out in front of you. Maybe shift yourself along your mat, and then slowly lower yourself down. Bring the soles of your feet into the floor, extend your arms out in front of you, rock back a bit into boat pose, and then slowly lower your torso down one vertebrae at a time until you're resting on the floor. Head's the last thing to come down. We're going to come up into a version of bridge pose called Shri Mudra. It's combined with breath work to close out our practice today before we come into Shavasana. Inhale, lift your hips, lift your arms up at the same time. Fingers are spread wide, and touch your thumbs back on the floor behind you. Keep your hips lifted and your arms back, and exhale all of your breath out. Hold your breath at the bottom of your exhale here, and keep lifting your hips. Hold your breath as long as you can without strain. Do not breathe until you need to. Right before you need to inhale, lower your hands and hips down to the floor, and once they arrive, then allow the inhale. Breathe naturally. I'm going to demonstrate this once so you can watch. Inhale, hips up and arms back. Exhale the breath out. So it's becoming familiar with the length of breath that you can naturally hold without strain. We're not trying to invite any strain in the body. We're trying to invite ease. So find the point where you need to inhale and lower your hands and hips then before you gasp for air, all right? We're moving and holding the breath only to that point where we need to breathe again. One last time. Inhale, lift your hands and hips up. Exhale all the breath out with everything still lifted. Hold the breath at the bottom of the exhale. Let your abdomen be loose and let it just fall. You can false inhale here. Kind of squeeze to stick your ribs out so your mid-abdomen kind of suctions up towards the rib cage. You're still holding your breath on the exhale here until you need to release and inhale. First, lower your hands and hips and then allow for the inhale. Close your eyes and just notice all of the sensations in your body, in your mind. Notice your emotional state. Extend your legs out in front of you, feet mat width distance apart. Let the toes fall out to the sides. Bring your arms down by your hips, your palms facing up, and give them a little bit of space away from your body. Feel the weight of your hips sinking down, the weight of your heels, the weight of your shoulders, your elbows, and the backs of your palms. Feel as though all of these points are anchors weighing you down, solidifying or cementing you into the floor. There's no more need for movement. All of the physical asana is done. Allow your breath to flow however it does. Release the conscious effort of the breath and begin to feel. Feel the gentle rise of your belly on your inhale and the gentle fall on your exhale. Let your fingers and your toes relax. Feel the weight of your calves and the backs of your thighs, your buttocks. Notice the space between your ankles and the floor, the backs of your knees and the floor, the low back and the floor. Draw your attention to the back of your neck, that space between it and the floor. Release your jaw, let your teeth separate and your mouth open. Allow your breath to flow through your nose or through your mouth, even through your skin. Allow your head to tilt back. Relax your eyebrows, any tension in your face. Let your tongue fall back. Feel like all of the features of your face are melting away from your nose down towards your ears. Gaze to the point between your eyebrows, your third eye, your chitakasha, your inner world. Gaze out into that vast expanse of blackness, infinite possibility, infinite dance of matter and energy. Leave your physical body here, sinking, motionless, breathless, like a corpse, a dead man. Allow your spirit, your essence, to soar, to leave this physical plane. Gaze out into the infinite and go there. Follow your soul's intuition. When anything is possible, there are no limitations. What will you create? What will you find? slowly begin to notice where you are. What have you found? What have you created? What is present for you in this ether, in the air, out in the universe? Breathe consciously once more. Fill up your body with breath and awaken the sensation of lightness. Allow that lightness to inspire movement in the body. The lightness of the fingers and toes, all of the lines in between the fingers and the palms, the lightness in the forearms and the top of the shins and feet. Move them, rock them. The elbow creases and the tops of the kneecaps, the underside of the biceps and the armpits and the tops of the thighs. Feel your clothing on your skin. Feel the air around you and invite it to awaken your body. Bring your teeth together, your lips together. Feel around in your mouth with your tongue. Move intuitively, like air, like water. Rock your head from side to side. Bend your elbows and knees. Get curious about this space hovering above this 2-dimension of the floor. Inhale and reach your arms up and over your head and bring your legs and feet together to touch. Take a nice long stretch. Feel the whole length of your spine. Point your toes, point your fingers. And notice all of the places where the back of your body touches down and all of the places where there's space. On your next exhale, walk your heels in towards your hips. Press into your heels to lift your hips and shift them over to the left, and then roll over onto your right side. Use any part of your hands or your forearms to make a pillow to support your head. Draw your knees as close to your chest as you'd like, coming into the fetal position or shavasana, with all of the gravity and weight on the right body. You're activating the left brain hemisphere, the Ha, the sun, the masculine, the analytical energy. Use that to gaze back over your practice today and acknowledge what was your experience, what did you like or dislike, what would you like to take with you, and what would you like to leave right here on the mat. Whatever does not serve you, I invite you to energetically let it go. Let it remain here. And whatever is supportive, that you feel benefits you, lifts your vibration. Lift it along with you as you keep your eyes closed and press your left hand and your right into the floor to gently lift your torso up and arrive back in a comfortable seated position. Once you arrive, feel the weight of your sits bones grounding down and feel the length of your spine. Once again, draw your chin back and reach the crown of your head for the ceiling. Inhale and lift your arms up and over your head. And one final time, bring your palms together, interlace them, tuck one pinky behind the other, and place your palms gently on the back of your head. This time, just rest and relax. Instead of pressing through the forearms and the elbows, Just allow them to be where they are. Feel into all of the places where you were upside down, inverted. Feel the difference and also the similarities. On your next inhale, release your fingers, reach your arms up, let your head tilt back, and take in all of the energy, all of the goodwill and humanity, all the positivity that exists in this beautiful universe. And on your exhale, wrap your arms around yourself, fingertips reaching back towards your spine, tuck your chin, and give yourself a nice big squeeze. Hug yourself. Love yourself. You are the most important person in the entire universe. On your next inhale, lift your head, bring your hands to your heart center, bring your thumbs to gently rest on your heart space. Bow your head. In honor of all that you are, all of the amazing energy that you contain, all of the things that you are working towards, and all of the things that you are letting go of. I honor you. Honor yourself in any way that you feel appropriate today. Love yourself. Send yourself compassion and gratitude. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Thank you, Hari Haralaya. Thank you, Francesca. And thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day. Please reach out to me, to Hari Haralaya, if you have any questions about your yoga meditation practice. And continue loving yourself, doing yoga in the ways that make you love it and you love yourself more. Hopefully you got to feel some of the energetics of the prana coming into your crown today. And even if you felt nothing, it's okay. It's perfectly imperfect, just as we all are. I hope to see you guys soon. Sending lots of love, gratitude, and thanks. Thank you all so much for watching. Oh, wow. Hi, guys. This is so cool. Love you. Have a beautiful day.